What's good, family? It's 2022. We got your first episode of Special Delivery of the Year. And you know, for the first episode, we had to bring in number one, LaMelo Ball. Let's get it popping, man. What's good, family? It's your boy Sykes, and you are looking live at another episode of Special Delivery, the first episode for 2022. And y'all know we doing it big today with LaMelo Ball's very first signature shoe with Puma on tap today. We got the MB.01 in here, and this is Puma's first signature basketball shoe in literal decades, y'all, like actual decades. It's the first one since 98, 99. And look, I know J. Cole has a signature basketball shoe, but he's a rapper, right? He's not an NBA player. Sure, he's got hoop dreams, but this isn't really the same thing as these right here. This continues a line that hasn't been going on for years. And this is a special one. I mean, when you consider Puma's history in the signature basketball game and their checkered past with it, it's kind of a miracle that these things exist in the first place. And we're gonna talk about that history today, but before we get into it though, y'all know what it is. We gotta unbox these things, so let's do it. First of all, before we crack these things open, man, I wanna take a quick look at this box, y'all. Like, this is tough. If you're gonna get back into the signature shoe game, this is how you do it. Like, this presentation is top notch. Like, you got this whole galaxy theme to it. This is like a futuristic vibe, or look into the window of what the future of Puma basketball holds with LaMelo Ball, right? And you got the window right here. Y'all see what I did right there? Y'all see what I did right there? Shout out to Evan, man. Always giving me the goods. But anyway, y'all, let's crack these things open and see what's popping on the inside. Woo! Hey, yo. Y'all gotta see these. Red on red, like this is crazy, y'all. All right, so the first thing that popped out to me was this red on red colorway, right? And that's because it's sort of reminiscent to that Nike Air Yeezy Red October vibe that came out in 2014. And that sneaker is clearly one of the greatest sneakers of all time. And it is that because it did such a great job of catching people's eye. And part of that was that colorway. And this shoe right here for Puma sort of follows in that same mold of having this bright red colorway just on the basketball court, catching your eye. So immediately right there, this shoe has your attention. And then you've got the not from home, or not from here, excuse me, tagline right here on the toe box, sort of setting the tone for this shoe and making LaMelo Ball this sort of basketball alien, right? Which is why we have this galaxy theme on the box. And then the tongue actually is the centerpiece of this design. Like, it holds everything together. So right here, you've got LaMelo Ball's #1 logo with the angel wings and the halo, and it's the same as his chest tattoo, right? But like, you don't immediately see the wings right here. That's because they're actually stitched in on the side of the shoe right here on the outside into that mesh. And then on the inside, you've got them embroidered here on that mesh. So that's a pretty cool and unique design touch. Like, you've got the whole LaMelo Ball tattoo just on this shoe. I think that's a pretty cool detail. Then you move up to the top, you see you've got that 1 of 1 logo right there, which is, again, establishing that LaMelo Ball is different. Like, he's not like any other basketball player that we've seen. And I think so far in his short NBA career, he's proven that quite a bit. Then on the back, you've got Melo right here, letting us know whose signature shoe this is. On the outsole, you got Rare, which again builds up to that theme. And then you've got 1 of 1 here in the back heel, which you guys probably can't see it because it's very small and transparent, but trust me, it's right there. It's definitely right there. But anyway, like, you see the sort of myth building and storytelling that comes with this sneaker. Like, Puma is trying to tell us that LaMelo Ball is different. Like, he's not like any other signature athlete that is in the NBA right now. And that's a good story to tell. But I also think there's a little bit of double messaging there. Like, yes, Puma wants us to think that LaMelo Ball is different from anyone else in the NBA right now, but they also want us to believe that LaMelo Ball will be different from any other signature athlete that they've worked with before. And that's a really important message to send because they've had quite the checkered past with signature shoes before. And actually, you know what? Let's just dive into that right now. So I think it's safe to say that Puma has a pretty checkered past when it comes to their signature shoe athletes. Of course, you've got your wins here and there, like Walt Clyde Frazier, whose Clyde sneaker is still the linchpin for everything that Puma does today. And you've also got Ralph Sampson, who has, I don't know, a dozen or so signature shoes with Puma, but you also have some pretty big losses like Isaiah Thomas and the Palace guard that they made for him that he didn't even wear it for a full season before moving on to various other brands. And you've also got Vince Carter's Vinsanity, the sneaker that no one really knows about or talks about because Vince didn't wear it long enough for anybody to care about it. He decided that the shoe didn't fit him well enough and that Puma didn't market him well enough, so he bought himself out of his signature shoe deal with Puma. Like, he actually spent money to get out of that deal. That's how badly he wanted out. So you can understand why Puma was out of the signature basketball game for so long after those two big L's with two of the biggest faces of the NBA at the time. I mean, these shoe deals are not inexpensive, y'all. It takes a lot to produce these sneakers, and it takes a lot to get some of the best athletes in the world to sign on to your brand. So instead of doing that, why not just sign a number of various NBA players and WNBA players and allow them to push your general basketball line? Like, make them the face of your general products, right? And for a while, that's what Puma was doing. They signed DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley III to shoe deals in 2018 to return to basketball. And from there, they just signed a number of interesting athletes, guys like Kyle Kuzma and DeMarcus Cousins from the NBA and Skylar Diggins-Smith from the WNBA, even like Danny Green from the NBA, right? Like, they had all of these athletes that they just made the face of their basketball campaigns on various sneakers that they had on their brand. It wasn't until 2020 that we found out that they were coming back into the signature shoe game with LaMelo Ball after they signed him. And you can see right there, that's where that turn starts to happen. And then it's not just with LaMelo Ball, right? We know very, very soon Breanna Stewart is getting her own signature shoe on the WNBA side. So right there, that's two signature shoes in basically less than a calendar year after not having a single one for decades, y'all. Like, that is a very sharp turn, and it's a bit of a risk, but I think it's a risk that is reasonable to take when you think about the athletes that they're working with. So LaMelo Ball, for example, like, his game is flashy both on and off the court in terms of basketball and his fashion choices, right? And he's got a really big fan base. And then Breanna Stewart is going to be one of the most decorated basketball players of all time by the time her WNBA career is over. I mean, she's going to have more awards than anybody, man or woman, no matter what league you want to talk about. So I think these are two pretty safe athletes to take this signature shoe risk with. How will things progress moving forward? Only time will tell, but I think it's safe to say that we're off to a pretty interesting start with these kicks right here. I gotta keep it a buck with y'all, man. Like, I like these signature shoes, and I'm really excited for LaMelo's future with Puma and whatever they're cooking up with Stewie that they have coming later this year. But I also really enjoyed Puma's initial strategy. I thought it was just so weird and creative that they had all of these NBA and WNBA athletes, and they didn't necessarily have a signature shoe campaign to come with it, right? Like, that was interesting to me. Instead of giving them signature shoes, they allowed them to do creative things. Like, they gave Kyle Kuzma, example, a lifestyle sneaker that he collaborated on with the fashion brand Rude. And they made Skylar Diggins-Smith the face of J. Cole's Dreamer 2 on the basketball court, which I thought was a really cool and innovative way to do things. Now look, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with signature shoes here. I'm excited about this joint, and I'm especially excited about Stewie's. I mean, it is about time that a WNBA player has a signature shoe. It's been 10 years basically since Candace Parker had one back in 2012, and it's about time. So shout out to Puma for hooking up with Stewie and cooking whatever they have up. And hopefully that's really coming soon. But I don't know, man. I just look forward to them continuing to be creative and be different, because that's really what the consumer appreciates. Like, they don't want to see the same blueprint over and over again. They want to see something different. So hopefully Puma can continue to give us that. But in the meantime, fam, that's a wrap for Special Delivery. I'm your boy Sykes, and this is LaMelo Ball's MB.01. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Special Delivery. Make sure you like and subscribe to catch future episodes of Special Delivery. And in the comments, let us know who you think should get the next Puma signature shoe. It's probably not Danny Green, but maybe like Skylar Diggins Smith, maybe? I don't know.